gonna try our best though. This is completely my fault too. Just a reminder, everyone, Cookie Spy, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you, my friend. Just a reminder for everyone, next week I will be at a LAN, so I will not be streaming on Sunday or Thursday. I'm going to be streaming Tuesday, though, 8 p.m. Eastern. That'll be our next one that we'll be doing. And we'll be taking a little bit of a break, and then we're hitting it again the following Thursday. So March the 2nd, after that would be my next stream. So just saying, Classic Demon, laugh my ass off. Yeah, someone asked what's my current rank. I'm retired. I don't really play anymore. They've set me up on the rank reset at Platinum right now. But I'm playing against Immortals in scrims, and I'm doing just fine. So, Immortals and Radiants, I'm doing just fine. So I can easily get back up there. I'm not even worried about it. I would just need to play more than 10 games of comp. I had 20 assists at Skye once. My team was so nice telling me I was doing a good job with healing and flashing. It's rare to find those people. I'm the GOAT. Thank you so much, Turret. You're the GOAT. You're the GOAT. And vibing, Shy Goddess. Good to hear. Good to hear. All right, let's see. Kara's good to go. We're going to give her a call. Get right into this. Kara, how's it going?
Hey.
Hey. Hey, hey, hey. Let me just stream this for you so you can see it a little bit easier. All right, Kara, tell us a little bit about yourself. How long? We're doing another Skye VOD. 2 Skye VODs. You know what's funny is that for the longest time I hadn't done a Skye VOD at all, and today alone we've already done 2. Are you there?
Yeah. I recently started playing Skye 2.
Okay, perfect. Okay, cool. So we'll definitely go over that. Funny story, your learning objective, very similar to the last one, is util usage. So we're going to be talking about that specifically, about how we use our util. But yeah, so let's get into this. What are your goals? What do you feel you struggle with the most? And how long have you been playing and all that good stuff?
I started playing about a year ago, like on and off. And playing comp more seriously like the past 4 months.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, honestly, I'll be happy if I get to gold at some point.
I'd be happy when you get to Radiant.
Maybe.
Why are you setting your sights? Why are you setting your sights so low?
Because I'm a uni student, so once I'm done with that, I can focus on higher ranks.
Okay, so watch out, 10. She's coming. I get it. Yeah. As soon as you're done school. What rank are we currently right now?
I think I'm bronze 1 or 2. I keep pinballing between all the bronze lately.
No worries, no worries. Let me set that up here. Bronze. Go over here to student rank. Yes. There we go. I think that's good. I think that looks okay. Let me just take a quick little look here. Bronze, yes. We'll move it up a little bit. No, that's not bronze. Why does it happen all the time? Bronze. There we go. There we go. Cool. All right, we're good. All right, so bronze. Cool. And it looks like a few of your teammates here are in the iron rank. So did you start in bronze or would you start in iron? What happened?
This act I started in bronze 1.
Okay.
I believe.
Cool. What do you feel you struggle with the most?
My aim is not great, or well, it's very inconsistent, and I'm not great with utility. I think in this particular game, I didn't use the Skye's Tiger once.
Okay. Which is our last student's problem too, and he's ascendant. so it happens at all ranks. So don't be discouraged at all. But yeah, you're saying.
Yeah, since Valorant is my first online shooter game, it's because I'm only used to Call of Duty and mostly zombies.
Oh,
so
nice.
Staying still and shooting is a foreign concept to me, because if you stand still in zombies, you die instantly.
Okay. Well, you're on the right track, because what I found was your gunfight hygiene needs a little bit of work. Okay. We also need to look at some things like util related. There's some opportunities in post plants and some mentalities you need to have on certain rounds that will assist you very much so. So we're actually going to be seeing in chat, we're going to be seeing a lot of the similar concepts being covered in this rank as we did in Ascendant too in this last VOD. So there's a lot of really good transition stuff here that will continue the lesson plan forward for everyone. So everyone's going to get to see a lot of the stuff again. And this is one of the reasons why I never say this as like to the Ascendant players, but like honestly, I gotta be honest with you guys. Anything below Immortal 2 is low rank. I'm sorry, it really is. Because here's the thing, right? Everyone makes the same mistakes, no matter what rank you're at, right? It's a very big pool of players, right? I don't believe in mid rank. I believe in everything below Immortal 2 is low rank. Don't take it the wrong way. If there's any consolation, I'm platinum right now, so I accept my fate. I hope some people are gonna get pissed. People are just leaving the stream. Fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. But yeah, it's the mistakes happen very similarly. Now, obviously, there's different levels of skills that pop up from Ascendant to a Bronze or a Silver, right? And some of them, for example, is they've mastered their aim, right? So their aim is a 10 out of 10, right? Some people mastered their game sense. So their game sense is 10 out of 10, but everything else is kind of lacking. So the difference between getting from Ascendant to Immortal, for example, is having 2 or 3 of those skills a 10 out of 10. The difference between going from Immortal 2 to Pro is there was very little mistakes being made, right? Everything's pretty much that 10 out of 10 or very, very close to it, right? So you need to do kind of like an inventory of yourself and ask yourself, out of all these categories, where do I rate myself out of 10? If the number isn't 10, what do you need to do to make that a 10? How do I make myself world class in those particular skills? So this first round, we're going to talk about util usage. So we'll say utility usage out of 10. What would you give yourself out of 10?
A 3, maybe.
A 3. Okay, cool. We'll go with 3. All right. So where are we missing those 7 points? What do you think?
Well, depends on what agent I'm using. At least with Skye, I use her flashes at least more than like with Sage. I only use her heal because I forget about everything else.
Okay, so we don't have all of the theories of how we use certain utility mapped out, right? One of the things that I would recommend, okay, to increase that number to say a 5 is take a look at an agent, look at the utility, and I want you to think of 10 ways you can use every single piece of utility. That way you can start opening your mind up to different possibilities, right? What's my coaching site? I do all my coaching through Discord right now, guys. So if you're interested in doing coaching, join up on discord.gg/wordofdb and then send me a message directly. I have a coaching website where you purchase the sessions off of it, but I don't want you looking at that until I've actually had a conversation with you, because if you purchase and I don't hear from you, then I have no idea what's going on, and then you end up buying, and then you don't know what the hell's going on either. So I just want to make sure it's consistent for everyone. It's easier to have a conversation with me first. Also, guys, if you're brand new to the stream, do join up on the Discord, because we do run 10-mans after every stream, which is a really good environment for learning how to communicate with each other, playing with people of all different ranks, and learning all together. So it's a really good spot to be in. All right, so we need to make this 3 out of 10 into a 10 out of 10. So the way that you do that is by creating a little lesson plan for yourself on each character and think about 10 ways I can use the abilities. That way, when you get into the situations, you're quicker on your feet for using an ability, okay? Another piece that I would recommend, especially in your rank, is just use it, right? You need to be wrong a certain amount of times in order for you to be right in the future. Okay, that's the way I want you to think about it. Because if you're just sitting there just throwing utility or not really consciously thinking about it, at least you're putting it out and you're learning through punishment what is right and what is wrong. Okay? Am I streaming this to you? I am. Okay, cool. Good. Okay. So, what was the purpose... Let's go through this. What's the purpose of these flashes?
Well, that one I was gonna try to check if someone was there, but I messed up my placement of it.
You also didn't pop it, I don't think.
Yeah, no, I didn't, because I saw when it was like it was way above the doorway, because I forgot to put it downwards.
Okay, so it's stuck here. Why not pop it anyway? Okay. Here's the thing, okay? Pop it anyway, because if it just disappears, you have no value, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you had popped it, this clears this whole space here. We know that there's nobody there. If you pop it, what does Skye say?
Blinded.
That means there's someone there. Yeah. Your big role on this team, primarily, is to gather information. Now, in this rank, we're not really worried too much about that, but I want you to start setting up priorities or roles for yourself, because later on, once you get to gold, once you get to platinum, once you get to radiant, you need to understand this part. So I want to set you up with good habits right away. Your role in this comp is to gather information. You do that through your dog, you do that through your birds, all that good stuff, right? So you popping that will immediately tell someone, or tell you, that someone's pushing up mid right now. And Reyna needs to be ready for that fight, so you can communicate that. Does that make sense? Doesn't Skye say blinded when she blinds her teammates also? Or I think it's just enemies. I could be wrong.
It's just enemies.
I'm pretty sure it's just enemies, yeah.
Enemy spotted C. Enemy spotted B. Hawk out.
So what was that flash for?
Well, I saw Sage dying there, so I know there's one there.
Okay. So let's look at the mini map. Where did Sage die from?
Omen. She died from Omen.
Okay. Yep, from backside. You're right.
Yeah.
So if we throw this flash, what is your intention with the flash?
I was going to try to blind Omen.
Okay, blind him. Okay. So if you are intending to blind him, are you blinding him for someone specific? Like, are you trying to set someone up on your team to be, like, to get a better fight? Or are you just throwing the blind just to blind him?
I was going to go to side if he was blinded, but since he wasn't, I think I went window.
Okay, so let's play that out. Let's say you blinded him. Your next move would be to push through the smoke, correct?
Try to, or at least use my dog at point. But I always forget about that thing.
Okay, so the dog probably would have been the better move, right? If you're gonna go in, the point I'm trying to make here, let's say that you blind him, right? He backs off, he goes behind sight. So you're not gonna get a frag on him. The only thing of value you end up getting is maybe space, right? You'll be able to get to the front of sight, right? Does that give you what you want? I'm not sure, right? The point being here is that everything that you throw needs to have an intention behind it. So I'll give you an example. If you throw your flash in this moment, now, you throw it through here, and you land it right through onto Omen or onto Reyna. That would enable your Raze and your Jet to peek Reyna and Omen to get a free kill. This is how I have an intention, right? If you're throwing it later, see, right now would have been a perfect time. Because look where Omen is, right? Omen and Raze are about to take a fight. So if you flashed them right over here at this point, as Raze is moving up, it's a free kill for them, right? What can you say? I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point, but what can you say if you flash the front of sight and you didn't get anyone? I'm challenging you a lot because you haven't thought about this stuff, but you need to learn it. What can you communicate here?
Well, there's no one in.
Yeah, you're on it. You're on the right track. Here's the thing, Kara.
Just
I
like-
want you. Here's the thing. Before you continue, okay? You're on the right track. You're probably gonna say this right. I don't mind if you're wrong, okay? Because when you're wrong, you have a great opportunity for growth and learning. So I want you to say the first thing that comes to your mind, okay? Don't hesitate. So you're about to say the front of sight is clear, correct?
Yeah.
Cool. So that means they can only be on back sight C. That's actually really good comms to give a jet, for example, right? Because now they know where the fights can come from. They know that they could be swung out from stairs on here, right? So these are the things that you want to be thinking about. Now in this rank, it's not that big of a deal, but I want you to still be open to building those skills. Okay. In this moment, you could be enabling your jet. How could you enable your jet? Look at your utility. What can you do?
I could use my dog.
Yeah.
Or tiger.
Say, Jet, I'm dogging through door. Follow my dog. Follow my dog for a free kill. Consider the audience that you are playing for or playing with, right? In this rank, you want to say certain things to people. If you say, bait my dog for a free kill, that jet's going to be all over it. Okay? Follow dog in for a free kill. They're going to be all over that shit. Okay? But if you say, peek on the contact of my dog, they're going to be like, what the hell are you talking about? Right? So, follow my dog in. Free kill. Instead, the jet's going to take a free fight on his own. Right? And that could have been really bad. The dog would have enabled them. Oh, it worked out really well. This is perfect, chat. Look at this, okay? This is cat protocol right here. Watch the minimap. Okay, so Reyna gets a kill on mid. What does that instantaneously do to Sage? Turns her around so that she can start looking towards mid to fight someone. That's cat protocol. that's like, ooh, there's a frag over here. I'm gonna go after it, and then it makes Chet end up taking a fight from behind like that. Now the entire time, this Sage is like, oh, I just got timing so bad. No, you just are dumb.
There. Right planet.
You could be getting flanked from window here. Oh yeah, there it is. This is more of like a mental projection thing, based on what is it that we have control over.
Everyone give Sage a break.
Okay.
Crying over every bruise.
So
I'm here.
here is, yeah, confirmed, Shy Goddess. Here is a very interesting or easy protocol for yourself, okay? Keep everything simple. Call this the KISS protocol. Keep it simple, okay? If you want another S for the KISS, not KIS, it's supposed to be keep it simple stupid, but I'm not going to call you stupid. It's just keep it simple, okay? That's the saying behind this. So what I'm going to ask you is, why this buy? Why'd you buy like this?
I have no idea.
That's a problem, okay? Someone in chat asked me, how do I break autopiloting? The way that you break it is you mindfully think about everything you're doing, right? So when someone says, when I ask this question, I ask why this buy, and the person says, I have no idea why I bought this, that's a problem, okay? So here's what you're going to do. I want you to go up to the barrier first that you want to attack. I want you to mindfully think about the fights you're likely to take in terms of the ranges, the distances, okay? And then you buy accordingly to it. The other thing too is that once we've won pistol round, we now have the advantage financially, okay? So what we need to do is secure this next round, because if we don't buy to our advantage, the enemy team can run us over, okay? So that being said, what kind of weapons are they going to have on this round, most likely?
Norway. Yeah. Depends on if they force or not, but most likely pistols.
Okay, so let's say they force, right? Most likely pistols, you're right. Let's say they force. Is this the best armor for us to have against a force?
Probably not.
No, especially at this rank. You want to rank up really easily at this rank? Buy full armor as much as you can. Reason being is that they don't have the capacity to aim and hit your head as well as a Radiant does, right? So if you run the stats or you look at all these players, you're probably looking at like 50-60% are body shot kills, right? So get that armor on, right? It's a very important thing to do to be able to win more rounds. So if you keep it simple with your buys, it's easier to move up, right? Don't overthink things, because you saved a significant amount of cash here and your team wants to buy up and win this round. So buy an SMG, buy something that is going to be accordant to the fights that you want to take, right? If you're going to go towards double doors and you have a sheriff, well, most of your fights going through double doors are going to be close range. Not the most ideal weapon to have against a potential force buy or a pistol, because they're going to have an equalizer fight. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, one argument you can make is there a situation where you'd want to buy a sheriff only?
Well,
Do you know?
I never buy sheriff.
You did here.
No, I had it from last round.
Okay. So you bought it from last round or you picked it up?
I picked it up.
Why don't you buy sheriffs?
Uh,
I know what the answer is. I just want you to say it. I just want to hear you say it.
I don't buy it because my aim is not great.
Yeah.
But I do pick it up to try and get better at using it if I find one.
I'm going to tease you. That sounds like a you problem, right? Okay, I'm going to tease you with this one. Here's the thing. Vandals and Phantoms will score you frags, but Sheriffs will win you championships. Okay?
Okay.
Sheriff needs to be your best weapon, period. Sheriff will punish you for movement issues you have, right? If you're practicing with it, Sheriff will help you with your aim and your crosshair placement, all that good stuff. And on top of that, the Sheriff itself will clutch you and get you thrifty rounds, which can ultimately flip a game on its head. So being able to be highly skilled in the Sheriff is a non-negotiable from this point on. I want you putting good, productive practice into making this weapon your baby, okay? If you can make the Sheriff good, everything else transitions very, very well. Another way of doing this is using a Guardian, because in Deathmatch we have full armor. Guardian works very similar with how the mechanics work with movement, stopping, and shooting, okay?
I do use the Guardian a lot, actually.
Cool. I noticed you do it in this VOD in incorrect times. You
Yeah.
use it in incorrect times. I would prefer you to buy a Guardian here, right? Not in this particular situation, because you're all close range, but I would prefer you buy a Guardian here rather than when you do buy a Guardian, which we're going to talk about in a little bit, okay? So there's a lot of people in chat that are saying that they're dookie with the Sheriff, so don't feel discouraged or alone in this pursuit, but this is like a non-negotiable for everyone in chat. Your Sheriff is your #1 weapon from this point on. If you're not good at it, that is a you problem. Fix it. If you want to rank up for free, Sheriff. Learn the Sheriff.
Enemy remaining. Careful.
Okay, I hate planting B. I really hate planting B because it
Yeah,
serves as an
I've seen your TikToks.
okay, because it serves as an equalizer bomb site.
Yeah.
How can we guarantee a better percentage chance win if we were to plant B off the hop? What could we do? Do you know? I mentioned it in the TikTok. Take a look at where your team is.
Memory.
Okay, well, take a look at where your team is right now. We have control of 2 particular entryways into the bomb site.
Yep.
We have the main entrance, and we have the A connector entrance. Okay? That means the only place they can access B through is from here. Currently. They can always wrap around and start, contesting yellow. Or not yellow, contesting window, and that would give them that space. But the reason why we win this round is because your Raze is an absolute Chad. And he pushes through and fights people on A connector. Okay? he controls that space. This is the reason why B site ends up being a bit of a shit show, because what happens is you typically see this kind of strat. They'll run in, and then they're going to toss a smoke like this, and a smoke like this. And we have gun advantage, all this stuff, right? So you're forcing yourself into this play space. Into this play space right here. That's usually what the play space is, okay? You could be hit from multiple angles. Everywhere. You know, I have some people on TikTok that try to justify that the B site is good. I'm sitting there going, how could you possibly think that when you are play spacing this area and being hit from all these angles? And the one entryway you have control over is the one that's contested the most. It doesn't make sense logically. I'm sorry. If you think B site is a good bomb site to plant in off the hop, you're just wrong. And you're in the rank that you're at because of this, right? It's your mentality on this. It's just that simple. So the way that you end up getting better control of this to be able to guarantee more of a win is something like this. Control the connector. Give yourself more space. Deny space from them retaking certain spots. Or be aggressive through this angle and take the space like we saw the Rays do, like a Chad. That guarantees round wins on B site if you had to plant there. Okay?
Here.
Yeah. B site, Misery is very true. Very true, Misery. B site is only a good site if you have a pre-round plan.
Reloading.
We're going to take A connector control. We're going to take C connector control, whatever it is, right? We're going to take B with me taking garage.
Now I know how annoying.
Panda says, I feel like I always lose when my team goes beyond this map. And as the one who always plays, who always gets bombed, no one protects me from mid, and I always die from there. Yeah, because you're getting surrounded. It's not a good commitment site to get. Okay, so you bought a Guardian. Why did you buy a Guardian here?
I prefer Guardian.
Over what?
Vandal and Phantom.
Sounds like a you problem again, Kara. You gotta be good. Okay, so let's run this, okay? Now, if you buy a Guardian, you could totally be the best Guardian in the world, right? Koniko, one of my moderators, she's one of the best Guardian players I've ever seen. I'm not gonna lie. She's silver. She is nuts with it. Like, absolutely nuts. You could totally be good with it. But I would say that if you're talking about a wide spectrum, right? You might get away with this kind of buy in a bronze lobby, but what is your goal? You said you want to get to gold, right? Don't be afraid to say it. What's your goal? Let's hear it.
Getting to gold.
Getting your gold, okay? You might not get away with it in a gold lobby because you're choosing a weaker weapon when the enemy teams are going to choose stronger weapons. That's the issue I have with this, okay?
Okay.
So if your team is buying up and you have an opportunity to buy a Vandal, stick with the Vandal. Go with the Vandal. Why not? Right? Think of it this way. The Vandal has a one-shot headshot. The Guardian has a one-shot headshot. But the Guardian fires at a fire rate of like half of what the Vandal can do. So if you can get more bullets out that can all one-shot headshot at a higher rate than the Guardian, then it's better option to buy the Vandal. Okay? In this round, I'm okay with you buying the Guardian because we're kind of in a bonus round, which could lead into a Vandal buy the following round. But because of how you said I prefer Guardian over Vandal, I have to stop you there and have this conversation, right? So, 100%, you want to be buying. Here's the thing: if you're good at the Guardian, then you're automatically good with the Vandal. Okay? Trust yourself. By the way, your ping is really high. What server are you queuing to?
I think I was on London on this one.
And are you really far from London?
Yeah, I'm in Norway.
Okay. Is that the
But
closest?
my closest server is Stockholm, but I only meet angry Russians there, so I stopped playing on that server.
Okay. That's a struggle.
Yeah.
I'm glad I asked the question.
Strong Skye.
There's angry Russians in bronze?
Oh, there's like at least every game on
Here's the-
Stockholm has angry Russians.
Here's the thing, okay, from my Euros in the chat, right? If you're playing in a low rank and someone's angry, I'm sorry, but they have not earned the right to be angry at this game. They haven't. Right?
Yeah, usually they have like 0 kills too and yelling in Russians.
They have absolutely no freaking idea what they're talking about. How could they possibly be angry? It's kind of like if I first start off playing bowling, right? And this was me like years and years ago. About 5 years ago, I started playing bowling. I couldn't get angry because I had no idea what the hell I was doing, right? So it's kind of like a blind person just deciding I'm going to be freaking angry going into this thing. I have absolutely no experience playing this game. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. So I guess my point being here is, why do you have them unmuted at all? How much good information are you getting from these people that you want to have them unmuted? Let's do a little test. Let's do a little test here, okay? Chat, out of 10, score the quality of the comms of our students' team. Out of 10. 10 being perfect, sign them all up for VCT, they're ready to go. 0 being they're not even here. They're just like on a beach sipping a pina colada, not even paying attention, all right? Let's listen to it. Score it out of 10.
Reloading. Reloading. Gun here. Hawk out.
Can I go lower than 0 pixel clubhouse? Yeah, you can. Definitely. You can go lower.
Enemy spotted A.
Your ping is killing you. I can see you jittering right now. It's gonna be consistency issues. Dog towards your flank. Never mind. That's why you dog towards your flank.
Yep. I'll be honest, I forget about the tiger 90% of the time.
I like that you call it a tiger. I think I'm gonna call it a tiger from now on.
It says a Tasmanian tiger.
Is it?
That's what it is.
Is that what
Yeah.
it says? Oh.
Yeah.
We've
it's a
always been calling it a
Tasmanian
dog.
tiger trinket.
You know what? You're more right
Yeah,
than I am then. You're more right than I am. All right, chat. Let's give them a score out of 10. How were the quality of the comms for this round? Fire away in chat. Let's hear it. 0. Corporate Kevin. Thank you for coming in, by the way. Misery says -1 million, I think it is. There's a lot of zeros there. -10. Starborn Queen, -10. 0, but like lower. So 0 is actually very gracious, Pixel. I appreciate that. Silence is golden. Shisha says 10 out of 10. Can you see my point?
I don't think anyone used voice chat but me until
Okay,
next round.
so here's what I would submit to you. I want you to play on a lower ping server. Forget the angry Russians. Mute them right away, because how good was the quality of these comms? We can do it again if you want.
Yeah,
Are you getting... Go ahead.
I've also played on a North American server with 150 ping, and I usually do better on those servers.
Usually do better?
Yeah.
Because people don't know how to play around your ping, probably. Like, if you swing really hard with your ping, you probably have an advantage. Watch your flank. Watch your flank. Okay, good. You should be spotting flank right now for Sage. Yeah.
One enemy
There's going to be a point I was going to make about utility here, but I don't want to confuse you too much. Because there's still other things that we need to be focusing on right now. NA Pro's games look so chill. All their moms took their mics away. But yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like, if so, this is what I'm talking about, Starbird. I'm not sure if you're still in the stream, right? Like, the quality of the comms you get in ranked do not warrant you taking abuse for being a woman,
Even with numbers,
right?
anything can still happen.
It does not warrant it. These guys have no clue what the hell they're talking about, and they don't even give you information that is, like, suitable to be able to give you anything. Classic R6, her cross replacement is too low. We'll talk about cross replacement on this round. We'll see if we can look at it. So, one thing I want you to start doing, just to classic R6 point here, is I want you to mindfully place your crosshair at all moments in the game. This is going to be a really good habit for you to start building on, right? So for example, in your buy phase, let's look at where your crosshair placement is for this entire phase. Currently at head level. Now it's in the ground. So if you were aiming at Mickey Mouse right now, you definitely headshot him, right? Like he's done for. But anyone else in the game, you're shooting their feet.
Well, I hit their feet no matter where my crosshair is.
That's probably fear. That we can work on. Okay, now your crosshair placement's decent. It can be a little higher. It's good though. Let's see. Okay.
Careful.
Let's do this really slow. It's always fun to look at crosshair placement in really slow motion. Okay. I'm going to ask you a question about your mouse and your settings in a second, but that's going to be another conversation. So let's just watch the crosshair placement as it is right now. I currently don't know of any enemy that could appear from this garden. Do you know of any enemy that could appear from this garden? No?
Currently, no.
No? Okay, perfect. I don't know of any enemy that can appear through this corner. Is there any enemy that can do that?
Oh,
Currently in the
no.
game?
Currently, no.
Okay, but you would know that from looking. I know you look at the
Yeah, so
scoreboard.
currently,
So-
no.
Currently, no. Yeah, so there's no character that can do that. Riot, I'm giving you ideas, okay? I'm giving you ideas. Make a character that can just walk through walls. Okay?
I
So
would quit
currently...
the game.
Oh, you would quit the game? I think you'd probably
Yeah.
play that character. I think I could see you conforming. I could see you being that person. That could be good. All right, so crosshair placement against the wall. It's not serving a purpose. At every moment, your crosshair placement should serve a purpose. Can you see how you peaked this threatening angle here? And your crosshair placement's down here. No bueno. Okay? You need to be coming around with your crosshair placement here, looking towards the spot, doing one direction key peaks. Have you heard me talk about the T protocol before?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to do it again for chat really quickly because we have this example. Let's say, for example, we want to fight this person here who could be in that corner. Okay. There is a direct line of sight that we want to be fighting that person in. It's somewhere around here. Okay. It's the worst straight line I've ever drawn. But at any rate, what we're going to be doing as our character, you are playing Skye. You're going to be up here and you're going to peek out in one direction like this into the line of sight and fire your shots at that person. That will be more ideal crosshair placement. So the T protocol, quite literally, is taking this top line of the T and that's your movement going back and forth in the spot. So you need to peek out like so. Does that make sense? Okay. When you wrap around in a hook motion like you're doing here, you're limiting the options for what you can do in terms of your movement and maximizing your peeker's advantage. You have high ping, I want you to peek hard, okay? And I want you to be able to take fights properly. The problem with you holding your crosshair here is that if there's an enemy here, or an enemy here, or one that swings you here, you have to auto adjust. You have to micro adjust your aim. In this case, it would be more than a micro, but it would be, you'd have to adjust, right? So the key to winning more gunfights in this game is to limit how much you need to adjust your crosshair placement, right? Limit how much you need to move your crosshair. If every single gunfight goes into a place where they walk into your crosshair, well, the fights are going to be a lot easier. If you want to see someone who does this really well, Ye is one of the best crosshair placers in the game, hands down. And he doesn't have to flick that much. And when he does have to flick, he's got the aim itself to be able to fix those things, fix those issues, right? But he's got such a knowledge of the game that his crosshair placement always has meaningful positions to be placed on, okay? The gameplay that I have too, I can link it to you. I do it pretty well as well. I used to be a lot better, but generally speaking, you can get some good ideas off of that. So one thing you can do as homework is go on to a pro stream, okay? And whenever, this is good for chat as well. Whenever you are looking at a pro I want you to look at something mindfully, like specifically one particular skill, and see how they do it, right? So it could be crosshair placement. It could be looking at their webcam and watching how their eyes move. Let's see how they're operating their minimap, their driver's protocol, all that good stuff, right? How they acquiring information. Maybe you listen to how they communicate, focus on that skill, and then apply it to your game. Don't just watch mindlessly. Try to take in 1 or 2 skills, and that's your focus for that particular game that you're watching, right? So speaking of minimap, let's talk about some tech things that you can do. I love that you have shooting error on. You heard me talk about this before?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Shooting error is very, very helpful. Keeps you accountable. The one thing that I really love, though, on top of that, is to get this mini map to show the entire map. Okay? Because you need to have that in order to get as much information possible to make proper decisions. Okay? So what you need to do is get the map off of your character so it's not fixated on it, and make it fixated to the center. This will take some time to adjust to it, but it is worth it in the end. Once you adjust to it, you'll make better decisions, you'll get better frags, you'll be able to pre-aim properly. All the crosshair placement issues that we have right now will probably end up getting eliminated just by having that skill alone. Okay? So it's currently set to player fixed or centered on player. Just take that off. It's one of the settings in it. Okay? Just a type of cheese, so
One enemy.
I'm not sure what you guys are talking about. You and your sandwich from some random Val chick, what? Okay, this round. That was pretty much it I had for that one. I want to talk about round 5 again. This is round 5, perfect. So, I want to talk about this. So, when you go to plant the bomb, what you need to do is first figure out where should you be looking in this moment. Where do you think your eyes were falling to right now?
I'll
You
be
remember-
honest, I was looking for the plant button on my keyboard.
Okay, I've been there before. Something you can definitely practice in a custom, right? So go into a custom map and figure that out. So that's a, I don't hear that answer very often, so you're very brave for saying that. Okay, now that being said, let's say that you've practiced a skill and you're really good at planting the bomb now. Okay, where do you think your eyes should be? Don't worry about being wrong. Just say whatever comes in your mind. Okay, that's how you learn.
Garage, maybe?
Interesting. So, where would your eyes be fixated on your screen if you were looking at Garage?
I would like look at while planting, look at Garage.
So you're looking at what part of the screen with your eyes? I'm not worried about the place on the map. Where are you looking on the screen? Where are your eyes fixated? If we were to draw a circle, where are your eyes looking?
Honestly, at the spike bar.
You're looking at the spike bar?
Yeah.
Okay, we're not looking there. But you just said that you were going to look at Garage, right?
Mm-hmm.
So where are your eyes looking if you're doing that? You're looking at the spike bar or looking at Garage?
No, middle of the screen.
You're looking at the middle of the screen. Okay, that's the point I want to make. We don't look in the middle of the screen when we're planting the bomb. That is counterproductive. Okay? The reason why is who can you shoot while you're planting?
No one.
Yeah. You're out of the play, essentially, right? So where do you think your eyes would be better fitted or suited to be able to get some information or be able to make a better decision? Where do you think you should look? You got it. Bang on, right? So whenever you're planting, this is a protocol for you. I want you to look right at the mini-map. And the things you're going to ask yourself is, where are my teammates positioning for this post plant? And some of the things that you need to think about is, when on a post plant, in order to gain success from it, you need to control entry points into the bomb site. How many entry points are there into the C site?
3.
3. You have CT, you have garage, you have the flank on C long. Okay? So you need to control minimum at least one of these entryways. If you can control two of them, usually the two extremity ones, you will win that post plant no matter what. Okay? Unless something crazy happens. Because they will have to funnel through the center to be able to retake. Right? Or they'll have to hit one of those guys, in which case we'll have information on those areas. Okay? So what you should be thinking about is, as you're planting, where do I need to stand in order to win this round? Where do you think you should go? What did you plant for?
I think I planted for long.
Yeah, you planted for long. How many people are playing long right now?
No one.
Where should you go?
Long?
You got it. Watch what you do here.
One enemy
That doesn't look like long to me. Here's the problem. Okay? You're thinking, I'm going to go for a fight here. That's what you're thinking. You're thinking, I'm going to chase after this person here who's flashing us right now. I'm going to look for that fight. Why? Why do you need to do that? Look at the situation. 5v1 situation. We don't need to force any fights. You should be thinking about, how do I get this bomb to explode? That's the most important thing. The way that you do that is by looking at the timer and saying, okay, I need to be here to bring that bomb timer down. That guarantees me a round win. Right? I don't need to overextend and take this fight. I've got more than enough people looking towards CT. I need to control C long. Because here's the problem. Let's say that this Reyna wasn't there and everyone's looking this direction. Right? You're looking this direction. Guess what? Reyna comes around the corner C long and lays out three of you. Now it's a 1v2 situation, right? Or a 2v1 situation. Stats have just shifted, right? So you not being there could have caused the round to be lost if Reyna had a good position. Okay? So think about what I call the stretch. When post plant begins, you need to stretch away from the bomb site to control the lanes into the bomb site. Okay? There are exceptions to every rule, but if you follow that, I would say 9 times out of 10, you are making the right decision. Okay?
Here. Reloading.
Is this helpful or am I going too advanced?
That's helpful.
Okay, good. I want to make things as simple as possible for you, so you're getting the most value out of it. So yeah, even in these pre-rounds, I want you to focus on just putting your crosshair towards head level. You can even start raw adjusting your aim onto your teammates' heads. I used to do that in Counter-Strike all the time. All right? What could you calm in that moment?
In his garage.
Yeah, and why would they flash through the garage if they weren't going to be aggressive on it? Right? Now, they might not, because you're playing a low rank and people just throw utility because, right? But that could be a calming mega. Like, they could be pushing garage. Could be pushing garage, right? See if we're right? No one there, right? They're just throwing utility because, right? Welcome to the rank that you're in. But, yeah, an important piece again, right?
reloading.
That would have been a good play. You would have flashed for your Sage. That's not bad. Actually, if you had done it, it would have got stuck on the ice wall. You would have been blinded, but you didn't know that, so it's okay. You had the right mindset there. Okay, watch your flank, watch your flank.
One enemy
Could be one flank. Could be one flank. Okay, you're good.
Careful.
You see how scary planting B could be? How they can just like take space on you, and you're just like, the entire time you should be fully alarmed at a potential flank on those rounds. I hate the B plant. Yeah, I know. I feel like everyone in my community, after I've proven it several times, B plants are just scary. Even on Lotus, it's kind of rough. It's not as bad as Haven, but it's still rough. Okay, so this round we're gonna talk about getting value. I don't mind B plant. Shisha. Someone ban Shisha. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay, so getting value out of your utility. What was the purpose of your first flash?
Mostly just to get past the operator for Sage and Raze.
Cool.
Well, Sage.
So they've already crossed, so we don't need to worry about enabling your teammates. You threw the flash to blind the operator in order to do what?
Not get killed myself.
Okay. In order to do what? Because right now, watch this. You flash the operator, and then you decide, well, I'm just going to back off and do nothing. So what value did you get out of that? Here's what I'm trying to make. Okay, so here's what I'm trying to make as a point. You threw the flash. Okay? You flashed the operator. You took a little peek. And then you backed off. Why not take space? Why not move up closer? Right?
Because yeah.
No, you blinded them. If you blinded them, your purpose doesn't necessarily have to be to take a fight. It could be to take space on them, to move up, right? Move up, flash out again, move up on them, right? Force them to move back. What you should be thinking about is, how do I get closer to the bomb site? Right? Because if you just flash this one and then you fall back, it's like, okay, well, I just used a flash for almost nothing. Now I'm going to flash again, and now I have no flashes left. Where we could have used that flash for another situation, right? Maybe flashing into the bomb site, right? So you blinded them again, backed them off again, but then you didn't do anything off of it, right? Could we have dogged them and moved them back? That's another option, right? So the point I'm trying to make is that if you have an intention with a flash, it needs to do something for you. If you're going to throw a flash, you need to have an intention behind it. Let me give you an example, okay? Let me show you in a visual. So our goal on offense is to gain space on this area so that we can attack the bomb site. Does that make sense? Okay. You toss your flash out to avoid getting opt. This forces the jet backwards. Here. That allows you to start gaining space. The jet then repeats to try to challenge for space. You throw another flash. Falls him back. You can now move up close. Now, if the jet is dumb, which probably going to be the case, what's the jet going to do next? Peek you again. Guess what? You're up nice and close in their face, and you now have a better chance of winning that fight than you would have taken the fight over here. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So at that point, you have the rifle. She has the op. She misses. You kill her. She's already used her. She's already used her dash, so she's not getting out of that. And I guarantee you, this jet's dumb enough to do it. If she's smart, she falls back here. At this case, what you do, you now have the space, right? What other utility do you have? You have your dog.
I have the tiger.
You have the tiger. I apologize. You have the trailblazer, okay? You have the tiger. You can move up and force her back. This will allow your team to now move in. You've basically taken the op out of the play, okay? What you did was you flashed. You didn't get any value out of it other than kind of intimidation factor, maybe. And then she recontested, and then you had to flash again. And then you went to here. And you didn't even take a fight, right? So the amount of value you got on those flashes were minimal. And that's what we need to be starting to get better at. Okay? Notice how you just ran across that op angle? And the purpose of your flashes in the beginning was to avoid getting opt in that angle, it kind of was counterproductive at that moment, right?
Omen killed. My ultimate is ready.
That moment you just crossed. Don't ever do what Sage is doing. Okay. Did you see what she just did there? That was a big oh shit line infraction. Look at this. She's
Oh, she has to roll up.
yeah. Oh man. And then the wall is just terrible because you get scared. So it's like, what is this gonna do for us?
One down.
That was her intention. She wanted to res.
Blocking
Window.
This is you guys going to B again. This is like the B site take in a nutshell. What it looks like, what happens, right? So this was a
30
decision
seconds left.
to move to a site that was disadvantageous for us. We didn't need to go here. We could have gone to C. Now let's say that that person didn't flank. What was your next move in this moment? What should you have done? What do you think? Watch this. What do you think you should do here? Let's say that there's no one flanking you. What do you think you should do?
Flash or use the tiger?
You got it. Yeah. Because who do you enable in this comp? Who do you make their jobs easier? What do we have? We have a duelist. We have a sentinel. What is the duelist trying to do?
Kill people?
And by killing people, what do? They have to move into the site, right?
Yep.
So how can we make that job easier for the duelist? Flash in. Throw your dog. Have them follow it in, right?
Window.
Thanks.
What's your first language?
Anyone need anything?
Norwegian.
Norwegian. Okay. Are you understanding everything I'm saying, or do you want me to slow down?
No, I'm good.
Okay, good. Awesome. Multilingual? How many languages do you speak?
It's only English or Norwegian. I took Spanish in school, but I forgot everything.
I took French in school. I forgot everything too. I know the feeling. Alright, so we're going to do some gunfight hygiene. We're going to do some gunfight hygiene. We want to clean up everything we can to make it as consistent as possible. So let's watch this fight. Sage looks like she's doing a Naruto run in that pause. I know, right?
Enemy spotted C.
Make sure you have a purpose for where your crosshair placement's going to be.
Careful.
Aiming at knees. Aiming at knees.
C. Last player.
Okay, so let's break this down. We're going to go nice and slow on this fight. And we're going to figure out why it didn't go well for us, okay?
Down. C.
You've watched a lot of my TikToks. What do you think you did wrong here? Take a guess.
Crosshair placement?
Yep, that's the most obvious one, right? Where's that going to be? So now we have to micro adjust to her head. We're adding more pressure. So crosshair placement's a little rough. What about the movement? What was wrong with the movement? Let's watch it again.
Careful. I got this spy.
Spike down. C.
Did you notice that? What keys were you pressing? Starts with a double, ends with a U. W. You were using W.
Yeah.
W is a big no-no whenever you're taking a fight or about to take a fight. And you know the fight's coming because you're going into threatening territory. So what button should you have been pressing alone? A.
A.
A. You only press A. Did you look at your keyboard when I asked that question?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got to make sure that you're pressing one direction key, because when you go to stop and you're not ready, you don't have your timing down. We'll look at your shooting error. So that shooting error all over the place, right?
Yeah.
So what you need to do, go into a deathmatch, practice peeking angles with just the one direction key, either A or D, whenever you think you're going to be fighting someone, okay? And then you need to work on getting all of your lines, all of the shots. All I care about is making sure they're yellow. Clean it up. Yellow, orange, whatever your color is, okay? Clean that part up. We want no blue lines, and you got to practice that every single day, right? You don't have a lot of time because you're in school. So what you can do while you're waiting, while you're wanting to get better, focus more of your time on that kind of stuff. Okay, don't queue ranked right now. Just focus on that so that your time is well spent. By the time you're ready to go after university or college is done, now you've worked on all the mechanics. It's kind of like you learning how to pedal on a bike. Now you can actually drive a distance, right? Now you can go across the country if you really want to. But you have to learn how to pedal first. You gotta learn how to balance. Kenzin, good to see you. Welcome in. How are you? Kenzin Kari. Let's move ahead. Do you know a lot about ADSing? You know, like scoping in? You know what it does?
Not really.
Okay. Because you take a fight here in this round, and I want to give you a little bit of clarity about ADSing. So one thing that ADSing will do is it'll slow your rate of fire down, okay? But another thing it'll do is it'll give you a little more confidence in your accuracy. And the way that it works is that every single bullet that you shoot in an ADS, the bullets go towards the crosshair. So as long as you control the crosshair and keep it on the person, the bullets will go there. Okay? In fact, it will say that in the description. Right? When you say ADS or when you go to buy a weapon, it'll say it on the right-hand side. All bullets go towards this angle. Okay? Slows down your bullet slide. Correct. Yeah. So when you go to take a fight, let's take a look at this fight here. It's going to come up in a second. You could have flashed and dogged in for your team, by the way. You're worried about that flank? Toss a bird down there. Flash it, see if there's anyone there. Okay, so let's watch this fight. It's coming up here. Okay, so all the bullets will go towards the center of the crosshair as long as you keep it on them. Okay.
One enemy remaining. 30 seconds left.
Someone who I used to play with was trying to coach me and made me unbind my ADS. Why? Why? What was their reason, Starborn? ADSing can actually be used to reset recoil. Reset a fight for you. It's not a bad thing, typically. There are certain angles that you'd probably want to ADS in. So like that example right there. Scope in. Make sure the shots are going straight. That's totally fine. I was told to never ADS when I started playing. I think I was using it 24/7. Yeah, if you're using it too much, then there's a problem there. He said I was ADSing too much. Yeah, ADSing too much is a problem. It was a habit I needed to break to get out of rods. Okay, it's fine as you can get peaked from one angle. Same with double. Yeah, that's a great way of looking at it, Misery, for sure. I would say ADSing definitely is good for certain ranges. Like if you're at really long ranges, then having an ADS can definitely be good because at the end of the day, if you're going to be peaking an angle like super long, right? For example, let's say B on Pearl, okay? So you're over here and you're going to ADS on this angle. That makes sense because if you're fighting someone here, well, you're probably tap firing anyway. So why not have more accuracy, right? The things that you need to be concerned about with ADSing, but I don't want you to worry about this too much because it's like a moot point in your rank, is that when you ADS, your elbow will peek out. Did you see my TikTok on that? Kara?
Yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone seen that one? I could show it really quick. I'll bring it up here. When you scope in, do you know what happens to your player model? Opens your elbow out. So you poke your elbow out to the side.
Oh.
Yeah. And because of that, watch what happens. They can see you. So it's something to remember whenever you're zooming in or ADSing, your player model will change. When you scope in, do you know what happens? That's hilarious, Pixel. Pixel says ADSing it stands for absolute dog shit. As in, don't do it.
Blinded.
All right, so we're gonna look at your crosshair placement a little bit more here on this round. So I want you to examine the whole pathing decisions that you make in your crosshair placement the entire time, right? So I need to ask you this question. First of all, what kind of mouse do you use, and what kind of grip are you using? Are you using just wrist? Are you using your arm? Are you using half and half? Like what is it that we're doing here? What's your sensitivity?
Okay, so I have a it's a GXT with a lot of side buttons.
What is it called?
Trust GXT.
Trust EXT?
GXT, I think. Yeah.
GXT. Okay, cool. What's the DPI?
It's currently at 2000.
2000 DPI. Okay.
Mhm.
All right, 2000 DPI. And what's your in-game?
Sent 0.56, I think.
Ooh, baby.
I don't have a lot of space to move my mouse.
Okay. Wow. That's wow. I knew there was something off here. That is crazy high. You don't have a lot of space to move around. Okay, so your mouse pad must be really small then.
It's less the mouse pad and more that I have a keyboard that's a little bit too big.
Okay. There needs to be an adjustment here. Something's got to give. Because you need ample amounts of mouse pad space. Especially in this game. I'm noticing with your crosshair placement, one thing that's going to be really difficult for you is that you're going to be picking up your mouse a lot. And it's going to be all jittery. So just watch this. Okay, so decent crosshair placement. And now you're here. And look how you're adjusting. You're going to have to pick up and move around. It's awkward. See? All this is just like weird movements from your hand. Right? So I need you to find another space that you can play in. It's just that simple. I need you to get another table, anything that's going to give you a little bit more space to move. I want you to purchase about I would rather you do this than get a coaching session for a little bit. Okay. I want you to invest that money into this. Get a wider space mouse pad. Let's see if we can adjust your sensitivity a little bit more so that you're able to move around a little bit more easier because you are massively holding yourself back with this, right?
Let's go see.
See, like all of this right here, you're even backing into like enemy territory without being able to move properly. This is all really tough for you. The crosshair placement down nice and low.
It's right there.
Spike down.
So it becomes so much more easier when you're a little bit, you have a little bit more space to move and work around. Now I'm guessing with your limited space, you must be on a wrist only, right?
No, like my desk is decent size. It's a decent size, but my keyboard is too big. It's also why I hit a lot of the wrong buttons because I have small hands. I did.
Okay, so maybe purchase a new keyboard then.
Left.
What keyboard do you have?
I have a Razer Black Widow.
I do too. I don't find it that big.
Yeah, I have small hands. So I usually miss a lot of my, I had to change my, Q ability to V, or I clicked the wrong thing the whole time. Like I clicked tab instead of Q.
Why does this... Okay, so that is one issue on its own. But why is this taking away your mouse pad space? If you have enough space on your desk.
It's... Flash Garage. I don't know. It's probably the way I have things set up.
Hawk out.
I recently cleaned my desk, so I can change my setup now.
Okay. Let's get some space. Let's get some space, then we can adjust your stuff to be able to move a little bit more. You can let me know when you're good to go with that stuff. It doesn't have to be today. Because this is gonna hold you back massively. Like if you get this part down, there's no reason why you shouldn't be at least silver. This is an example of you're taking a disadvantageous fight. Vandal versus Guardian. Right? So you can see and understand better. You should get her to send you a pic on. Yeah, I mean, do you have a webcam that you can show us what's going on?
I do have a webcam.
Okay, once you stream yourself or stream the situation here,
Okay.
let me know when you're ready to go. I have it just face cam right now, so if you don't want to show anything, it's
Get my.
okay.
So
Take a look.
I have my mouse here.
Yeah, that keyboard's way too close.
Yeah.
Can you back
This
up a
is
bit?
how the,
Oh yeah, let's get the
this is where
Maltesers
the
out of
rest
here.
of the space is going.
Let's get the Maltesers out of here. Let's clean this area up a little bit. I think that's what we're gonna do, chat. Let's have everyone send their setups in Discord. We'll get a channel for that. Uni, if you're in chat, let's open up a channel. I want to see setups. Back up a little bit. Let's take a look at the whole thing if you can.
See,
Yeah, that should never be in the way. Can we shift that over more to the left? Can you shift it more to your mic?
hold on, I can put my mic up here.
That's your mouse space. It's a lot of space since moving garage. Yeah, that needs to be open. We need a bigger mouse pad too.
Yep.
Yeah, invest in a mouse pad. That's going to be your next step. You have a ton. Okay, hold it on the mouse pad really quick. You've got so much lint or hair or something on there. That needs to be cleaned regularly.
4 dogs.
Okay, clean it regularly. Clean it like regularly, because any one of those hairs will go into the laser, completely mess everything up. Right? So that needs to be like number one. First thing before you play a game, make sure that thing is clean right off. Every time I go to play, like I'm like wiping shit off my mouse pad every single time. Okay? Your wire, is it free or is it like, do you feel like it hooks?
No, this is pretty free.
Okay, so it never hooks on anything, it never gets stuck.
Not since I cleaned my desk. I had a lot of shit under there before.
Yeah, because wired mouse is, I use a wire mouse as well. What you could get is a bungee, like a mouse bungee, and that, I don't know if you have the space for it, but you might want to get another side desk or something like that. And then you could run the cable through there, and it's like, it's much better. There's no tugging at that point, right? So highly recommend that. I actually just use duct tape to lock my mouse in the right spot, so it's freely moving all the time. Let's see your monitor. What's your monitor like? What do you got?
I have a 27-inch curved.
Curved. Okay.
See.
Curved. And what kind of refresh rate are we looking at?
I have no idea.
Okay, you gotta look into at least a 120 hertz monitor. Okay, because you're massively underperforming if this is a 60 hertz monitor. Can you take a look and see? What is it? Display, guys? I think it's display, right? Can you go into your desktop and just right click on your desktop? Or display? That works too. What do we got? Advanced display settings. Refresh rate is what? Is this a TV?
It's 239.964.
Is this a TV or is this a computer monitor?
It's a computer monitor.
Okay, so your refresh rate's good then. 240 hertz is what you need. What is it saying? 200 and what? 300?
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
you have a better monitor than me.
239.9 something. So almost 240.
Okay, so 240. That's good. That's what I've got. That's what you need. Okay, so you're good with that. So you don't need to invest in that area. What else we got? I never go over this stuff. This is really good. Okay, so bigger mouse pad. Can you look at your keyboard again? Do you like to play it straight? Do you like to tilt it? What do you like to do? Is that how you usually play with it?
I usually have it like middle of the desk here, but I think I've tried started using it more like let it tilt like that, and it gives me
Okay.
more space.
Yeah, I do the opposite tilt. I go the other way, and that way my hand has
Yeah,
a little bit more space. But I can see why you would want to have that because your hands are smaller.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So those are some things. Is that helpful?
Mm.
Yeah.
I also
So
recently found out I have a gaming mode on my keyboard, so I don't constantly open start menu.
okay, that's good. Love it.
I did.
Okay, so
did
we'll go
that a
back to
lot.
the VOD, but those are definitely some areas there. If my refresh rate is 60, do I need to update it? Shisha, if you're running on a 60 hertz monitor, you need to upgrade that monitor. If you can't move it to 120, 240, 300, whatever it is, like you are massively underperforming your potential because you cannot see things nearly as well, right? It's a game changer when you have that. Yeah, it doesn't go higher. Yeah, you need to upgrade your monitor, Shisha. That's a big one. Difference is insane. I remember the first time I ever played on, like I played on 60 hertz. The first time I ever played on 120, I had the original. I have it right here. It's a BenQ XLT.
With 10K ping.
This is the one that Heaton and Spawn were advertising when they were first talking about having 120 hertz monitors, because what happened was we moved to these flat panel monitors, and before a big box monitor, those ones that you saw like back in like the 80s and 90s or whatever it was, those were delivering 120 hertz refresh rate, right? So if they're giving that kind of refresh rate, you're able to get like so much more clearer picture of people swinging out on you and all that kind of stuff. We went to these flat monitors, and they started reducing the refresh rate in order to have a better picture quality. But the problem is now when you're gaming, it's like trash, right? It doesn't move as smooth. So that's where they ended up making these monitors, because they wanted the flat panel, but they wanted the refresh rate to be consistent, right? All right, so this round number 12. Okay, let's go back a bit, because there was a situation in this last round that I want to go over.
Oh, flash.
Well, Dan, I know you're in here trolling, so I'm gonna give you your 2 minutes of fame. If this person is wanting to get to Radiant, they're going to need every advantage possible. Okay? The purpose of why we were talking about refresh rate in that moment was because there's some other people that are also struggling with 60 hertz monitors and have no idea. This is what you would say is common knowledge is not common knowledge, and it needs to be covered. So I think it's unfair of you to say that. Right? All right, so this round here, we're going to talk about mental for a clutch. Okay? So we're in a 4v4 situation. It's now a 3v4 situation.
Last player standing.
Okay, we're now in a 1v4 situation. Here's what you need to be thinking about. Any fight that you take, any damage that you do, any frag that you get is a positive thing. Okay? It works towards our efforts for the following round. If we can win this round, that's awesome. But who do you think is most likely to win this round?
Enemy team.
Statistically, 100%. So when you accept that fact, you understand that percentage-wise things are not on my side. So there should be zero pressure. All right?
Mm-hmm.
If you end up pulling it out, that's awesome. In fact, any pressure should be on the enemy team right now. Because if they throw this round, that's terrible. They should not be losing this round. So you should be in a state where it's like, well, my team is, well, I don't know. They're not really working for me today. I'm going to do what I can for them. And there should be no expectation of me winning this round at this point. But if I can, that's an awesome bonus. So I'm just going to go out and do my best. And the best thing that you can do in these moments is to be as aggressive as you possibly can. try to find the 1v1s. So the play that you make here is great, but I would argue that you put yourself under too much stress and pressure that you didn't take your time to hit these shots. Because you're thinking, shit, I'm in a 1v4, my team is depending on me. No. Your team through, okay? You're doing the best that you can with the situation they put you in, right? So slow down and just hit your shots, because at the end of the day, even if you hit them one time, that's value. Why would you say that's value? Why do you think it's value if you hit that person one time?
They have to buy new shields.
Got it. It's $1,000 off, right? That might be the difference between Sage getting a wall or not, right? Who knows? It could be. So in this situation, drop the pressure, relax, and hit the shots. And I guarantee you, if you drop the pressure, you're going to end up clutching a lot more rounds, because now you're taking your time hitting the shots. You're focused more. You're thinking, okay, I just need to get something out of this round. And that's a positive way of looking at it. Okay.
Personally, I just do this thing called panic. No one saw anything.
Personally, you panic? Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Well, you shouldn't, because there is no pressure in this moment. You should be like, well, fuck it. Let's see what happens. As Peppa would say, fuck it, we ball. Right? Literally, that's what you should be saying. Whatever. Let's do what we can. Look, you hit that person in the feet for 45. Sage has to rebuy armor. That's good. We got some value out of it, right? Take your time. Got more than enough time that round to make something happen. No pressure. Do what you can. Pixel, a fuck it, we ball. You like that? All right, so let's move to the next half. This is a really good half. There's a lot of good lessons here, and a lot of really good basic ones. So people like Damn, who are concerned about the lesson plan that I'm giving you, can be satisfied by this particular half, okay? Because it's going to be highly applicable that you can apply right away. So Damn, I appreciate you for trolling our chat today. Thank you so much. Let's give him a round of applause. Here's the thing. I'm going to treat you just like any other rank, but you need to learn how to deal with every situation. I want to empower you to learn how to deal with every situation, right? I'm going to treat you just like I would a Radiant. There's going to be some things that we need to specifically work on at your rank, for sure, but you need to learn everything when it comes to the grand scheme of things, right? And that's why I insist on teaching some of these areas and making sure that things are good, right? So this first round is going to be about geometry, okay? The angles in which you peek certain things will reveal your body faster than if you were to peek them other ways, okay? For example, peeking from a close distance, right? You've heard about this before, Kara?
Yep.
Okay, so that peek there was not kosher. Not clean. That could lead to problems, right?
Okay.
I want you to peek. If you're going to peek, what was your reason for peeking this? First of all, what's your intention behind this peek?
See if someone's there.
Okay, so you're doing a peek for information, all right? If you're peeking for information, what you need to learn is the jump peek. Okay, the jump peek is a W in this case, and then an A and S while you're in the middle of the air. You can practice this in a custom. Okay, if you're confused about this, you can ask any one of the coaches. We'll be happy to jump into a room with you really quick and just show you how it's done. Okay, that's an important thing to do. The other way that you can do it is you can peek from further back. So be back here and just peek out really quickly and then fall back in. This is called a jiggle peek. The further back you are, the less your body's going to be shown up, so it's going to be easier for you to get information. The other thing you can do is you are a character primarily. Your role on this team is to gather information. So let's use utility, okay? I don't want to see these close angle peaks. There are times for it that make the most amount of sense, but for the most part, it's a dangerous thing, okay?
Okay.
I'm roaring along. Pixel. Can we normalize the new Tiger Kong for being I'm roaring along? Gemma Wayne, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you. Welcome on in. If you're brand new to the chat, fire away. We'd love to hear from you. Don't be shy. Okay, so there's a moment here. And I notice this a lot with low ranks, okay? You have an opportunity here to make a play. Because we know that they're moving into A and they're attacking it. Look at the mini map right now, right? So you have options. You can fully rotate here, which is, by the way, breaking a rule, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. But you also have the option of going through mid with your team and starting to flank on A. And retaking from a flank is so much easier than retaking from CT on this map, okay?
Reloading.
Race, let me flash out.
Spike planted.
Reloading. Hawk out.
Good comm, by the way. That's a budding communicator right there. That's pretty good. I like that.
Blinded.
By the way, this Sage is the MVP. This Sage is the MVP for checking that. Like, damn, that was good. Let's give that Sage a round of applause. Okay? Because when I first watched this VOD, I'm like, oh god, check your left. Check your left right now, because this looks so obvious to me that someone's gonna be sitting there. Like, way to go.
Enemy spotted A. One left.
You could dog that person and make it easier for someone to swing it. That's another option.
One enemy remaining.
Right. You know where the last person is? Don't do that. Okay. I need you to be more active with your comms. Where's your push to talk key?
I think it's N.
Did you say M?
N.
N.
Yep.
And you have tiny hands.
I have very tiny. Well,
Damn. That's a stretch. Literally.
I
So,
can just reach it with my thumb.
so you just reach it with your thumb. Okay. We need to move that puppy, because that's inefficient. Right? When you're in a fight, especially in a 2v1 situation, you need to be communicating regularly. Right? So you need to have it in a spot where it's accessible for your hand size and all that good stuff. Right? I would recommend left alt, so you can press it with your thumb. Okay? Because that way you're able to swing things and communicate when you're doing things. So when you're in these moments here, you'd be like, oh, I'm swinging Reyna on short. 3, 2, 1, or I'm swinging Reyna, because look at your Reyna right now. Your Reyna's just having a stroll through the park right now, not even realizing what's happening. And the worst thing you can do in a 2v1 situation is force a 1v1 that is almost untradeable, right? Reyna's now starting to move, realizing that's happening. But you could be communicating better with your Reyna as to how to deal with the situation ahead of time. But it starts with you putting your push to talk key in a place that's accessible. See, now you just forced another 1v1 here, when you could have been swinging together in that moment, right?
Don't even start that shit here, mate.
Reyes killed it. Oh, really? I didn't see it.
Oh yeah, Race killed the Sage. With her,
Really?
with her grenade. Yeah.
She died. She died for her sins. Look at this. She saved the round, and then Reyes repaid her with a nade. Look at this.
Yeah.
One left.
Oh, that's rough, man. I didn't even notice that. That's rough. Wow. MVP. Riot, we are gathered here today to mourn the loss of our W teammate Sage. She did not deserve the TK, but sometimes they happen. May she rest in peace, Pog, and Pog you forever. Amen.
Start that shit here, mate.
It's your boy Rocky. Thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you, my friend. When you have a moment, do you know a good warm-up routine to do before comp? Okay, let's give you a warm-up routine. Let's see if we can do a warm-up routine real quick, because this is going to be good for you as well. Okay, let me give you a real basic one. All right, chat. Wish me luck, because I'm going to pop open Valorant, and sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. We'll take a look. Am I installing something? Okay, we're good. We're good. I thought I was installing an update. If I'm installing an update, I can't do this right now. Let's see. We're good. We're good. Okay. Cross your fingers, chat. Cross your fingers. We're loading up the game. Hey, bear in mind, ladies and gentlemen, I am tired as hell. I'm tired as hell, so I'm not going to be able to hit nearly good shots that I normally do. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. All right. So a warm-up routine for aim, for improving your aim, for improving your mechanics. Aim is consistent of a few things: raw adjustment and movement. Those are the big things, right? There's other things that play a factor as well, like how you peak angles. That will influence aim, right? But the raw adjustment piece, we can start with that first. The key with good raw adjustment is to set yourself up. You might have to go on my stream here, Kara, to be able to see it.
Yep.
If that's okay. So the key with good raw adjustment skill is it's the ability to place your crosshair onto an enemy, right? So what I'll do, so I'm gonna mute you guys for a second here on chat. I can't see. But what you need to do is train two different aspects of your aim, okay? When it comes to raw adjustment. You have the x-axis, which is left to right, and you have the y-axis, which is up and down. Now I'd say that 80% of your fights are probably going to be along the x-axis. So this is a much more important thing for you to focus on when you're dealing with aim and raw adjustment training, okay? So what we're going to do is at the beginning, I'm just working on placing my crosshair onto the heads. And I want it to be smooth. I'm taking my time. I'm not rushing it. I just want to make sure I get that feeling down, okay? As I'm going through, I'm just going through and making sure that I center my crosshair onto the objects that I'm looking to fight, okay? I'll do this for a few seconds. I'll play some music. I'll just relax. Make sure my eyes are good as well, because right now I feel like they're just going to close every time I'm doing this. So I'm definitely a little bit more off, right? And I can start building up speed a little bit better as I'm going along. But I'm always focusing on accuracy rather than speed, okay? Precision is more important than speed. Now what I can do, the reason why I've pulled up Jet, is I can go up into the top of the map, like so, and I can start training my y-axis, okay? Now it's always good to have some y-axis training because you want to go up and down a little bit, but the idea is mostly you should be positioning yourself in spots where it's going to be more x-axis fighting. If you're on a ramp or something along those lines, you might get some inconsistency there for your crosshair placement. So try to avoid those angles wherever you can, but if you had to fight them, this is a great way of at least warming up that kind of skill, is going up and around, okay? You can start shooting if you wanted. I'm literally just doing this with one hand. I don't have to like worry about my left hand. Just getting used to it, okay? Moving around, just shooting the targets. This is literally Kovacs. You don't need Kovacs, you don't need a name trainer, you don't need all that stuff. You can do it all in the range, right? Same idea. Let me get focused. Let's see if I can focus up here and do some hits here. As I'm going through. Miss. Okay. You can also do this with knives. All right? All works, whatever you want to do, okay? So after you're done that, what you want to do is start training some movement. Now, the first thing I'll do is I usually set my bots to medium. I'm moving around, and I'm going to stop and then shoot. Okay? Now, it's ingrained in my head to hit the opposite strafe key, but you don't need to do that in this game. You can just let the keys go. Okay, so I'm going to let them go. It's the same thing. Okay, but I like to hit the opposite strafe key because I'm just ingrained in that. So my timing is sort of initiated with that in terms of being able to hit bots. Okay, so as I'm going through, I can change the distance as well. So if I go back here, same idea. Whatever works for you. Whatever you feel you're weakest in. But notice how I'm taking my time. I don't want to rush these shots, right? Trying to go for consistency as much as I possibly can. Now, the next thing I'll do for aim and for movement is I'll pop a wall like this, and I'm going to peek in and out of the wall. Obviously I did this wrong because I'm got a ramp here, but you can also use that as a skill too. So peeking out, trying to single out the bots, take my time, and work with the movement. Okay. Let's go this way. Let's friggin' ramp. Okay. Peeking in and out of the target. Okay, this will help you with timing your peeks and peeking out of it. Those are usually the ones that I do as a quick little warm up, because I want to combine the movement skill and the aim skill. Okay, does that make sense, Kara?
Yeah.
Okay. There's nothing really else that I focus on. This is usually what I do. So you can use this as well. Everywhere I go.
I usually warm up.
What's that?
I usually don't do warm ups.
Okay, well that changes today. That changes today. You need to make sure that you're setting yourself up for success. When I'm in the gym, for example, I will do 2 or 3 warm-up sets before I actually start doing my working sets, right? I don't just jump into benching 225 pounds. I gotta like work my way up to it. Prime the body up. No different than here. Prime the body for movement. Make sure that your movement's good, right? While I'm doing this, I look at my shooting error. Am I running across and there's blue lines? Or am I stopping and then there's yellow lines? Right? And that's the stuff that you want to be training. Now, afterwards, I would go into a deathmatch and apply this. And then if I see that I'm speeding up too much with my aim, then I'm going to go back into the range and start working that again.
Do you have,
Okay.
Worthy, do
Thank you so much for the biddies.
Worthy, do you have big balls?
Worthy,
Do I have big balls? Like, probably. Yeah.
Worthy, do you have big balls?
How long should I do each thing? As much as you need, Cookie. Every person's different, right? For me, if I were to do this today, I probably wouldn't be playing today because I'm just dead tired, right? So it's not a good idea for me to even play at all. But if I'm doing a normal day, sometimes my warm-up could be like 5 minutes, I'm good to go, right? I just want to make sure that my crosshair's good and my movement's good, my timing's good. And once it all feels normal, then I'll go into the deathmatch and feeling good about that. Then we'll go into a game, right? If I'm not feeling good, then I just work on mechanics the whole day and I don't even queue at that point. Can you res me? Absolutely, I can res you. What else we got? How long should I do between each thing? What I'm currently doing to improve my aim is doing headshot only servers in CSGO. Because CS forces you to strafe, counter strafe. Adonis, I'm not going to tell you to stop doing that, but CS is a very different game and you need to be very careful. Because the movement is not going to be consistent with Valorant and it can throw you off, right? So I was playing CS, competing in it with a team that just asked me like last minute to do it, and playing Valorant in beta, and it does throw you off. Like the timings are a little bit different, how long it takes for you to actually stand still in Valorant versus Counter-Strike, and the sliding, you're basically on skates in CSGO. I absolutely hate the movement in CSGO. So it's definitely going to throw things off. Are you laughing right now?
Yeah.
Oh,
I've never played CSGO.
But I think it's a little bit too.
Yeah,
much.
just consider yourself lucky.
I've only ever played Call of Duty.
Yeah, consider yourself lucky. I mean, you're just avoiding a big headache. We don't strafe a lot in higher yellow. Thank you for following Just Slay X. Appreciate you. CSGO is hell. Yes, I agree. CSGO is definitely hell. All right, so movement. Let's break this down. How could we have taken this fight better? What do you think?
Hold on.
Let's watch it again.
Screen share thing is
No, it's not
off.
working? Is it not working?
It's
Oh.
turned off.
Oh, well, yeah, my screen share on thing was not. Okay, there we go. Perfect. I don't know why it was off. It's weird. Okay. All right, so how could we have taken this fight better? Watch this.
Still not up.
What do you think?
It's... Hold on. There we go. My Discord is being slow.
Planted.
Okay, look.
Yeah, she's from Norway.
Thank you.
So, what do you think? Let's watch it again.
Spike planted.
This one here. What do you think? What could we have done better here? Okay, I'm gonna give you the answer. It's taking too long.
I usually just panic and shoot.
You're jumping in
Mm-hmm.
like Tour de France, Lance Armstrong, just trying to like blitz through the whole thing on steroids. Okay, you just need to slow down a little bit. That's the first piece. Now you have utility. Okay, you purchased the entire thing. Let's get using it, right? If you see a fight go wrong here, well, let's toss a flash in and then peek out into it, right? Let's use our dog, jump in and clear out the area. Let's jump down properly so we're not swinging all the way down here. Jump on the ledge first, drop down to the next ledge. Take your time. You don't have to necessarily run into this. Another way of doing this, if you really wanted to, is I use this sometimes as a pathing strategy. Let's go on the other side. I'll jump right down into here, crouch, and then reset the fight T protocol into this angle. Does that make sense? So literally, you go hop on ledge, boom, hop right down, crouch, reset, aim right to here, and then swing out that direction.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, Genji, you're right. Genji Lao Lao. You're right, you can definitely flash. Heard Norway is beautiful as a country. I want to visit for hiking. Is Norway beautiful?
One enemy.
Give us a confirmation.
Last player standing.
It's very beautiful. But we have a lot of rain.
Is there a lot of mountains there?
Yeah. The city I was born in, Bergen, it's famous for the 7 mountains that surround it.
That's awesome. So yeah, the hiking must be insane then.
I've never been. Well, I've been to one of them.
Standing in between us and
I don't
victory.
really go hiking.
Nate Goldshade says, hint, flash/dog first. You're right, Nate. Good to see you, Nate. I think Nate gave me the, yeah, it was Nate. Thank you so much for the 100 biddies. Appreciate you, my friend. Do you feel like ADS is a bad thing? No, it's not a bad thing. I think it's situational, right? We talked about this a little bit earlier in the VOD. If you're ADSing, a good spot is definitely long range, right? If you're going to be taking a fight on B long and Pearl, for example, you're already probably going to be one-tapping your bullets, so why not be in an ADS where you can see a little bit more accuracy, maybe zoom in a little bit, right? There's definitely some situations where you take fights where you can reset your recoil by popping an ADS as well. So you might need to do it randomly at certain points at a gunfight.
Last player standing.
But if you're going to be doing it 100% of the time, it's not Call of Duty, so you don't want to be doing too much excessive ADSing. All right, so what are you trying to do this round here? Because we did not buy right. Let's start
I
again.
got shields.
Yeah, we're probably going to buy with our team here, right? So this is okay, but everyone is committing. So when everyone's committing, we got to follow with the committal, okay? Now the other thing too is the key to getting out of low rank is to get the Vandal or the Phantom in your hands as much as you possibly can, okay? This is where the one rule changes across other ranks, right? Because as you go up in rank, you need to buy with your team more. But in this case, I want the Phantom or the Vandal in your hand as much as you possibly can, okay? If your team was saving and going for a legitimate bonus round this round, then you don't buy. You stick with what you got. But right now, they're going for it. So you go with them, okay? That's the first thing.
Hawk out.
So now we get to this point,
Last player standing.
and I want to know, are you going to go for this? Or are you going to save this weapon? What do you want to do?
See, I don't have that many thoughts in the moment because I'm panicking.
Okay, just breathe. Remember that we're playing a video game. No one's putting a gun to your head saying, if you don't win this round, you're going to die. Right? I just want you to make sure that you have that realization. Right?
Yeah.
No one's going to kill you.
Hawk out. Blinded.
So there should never be panic. What do you think is the source of your panic? What do you think you're afraid of?
Nothing, I just have anxiety.
Okay. So, but what do you think is causing the anxiety in this moment? Is it just general? Like you're just generally having anxiety, or do you think there's something that's causing the problem within the game? What do you think is the catalyst? Because I have anxiety too. I have anxiety, I have depression.
It's just, I honestly don't know. It's just...
Is it fear about what other people are thinking of you?
Oh, a little. I've on my I've turned off the spectators thing now because that was always stressing me out.
You turn off the spectator things. What do you mean?
Where it says in the corner spectators 4. Like,
Oh.
I know when I'm the last 4 people are watching me, but if it's not on the screen, then it doesn't exist. So I removed that. Because that was just stressing me out.
Okay. What specifically about people watching you bothers you? What do you think?
Messing up and seeing how bad my aim is sometimes.
Let me ask you a question. Are you a perfect person?
No.
Okay. Are you human?
I hope so.
Is it fair to say that human beings aren't perfect?
Yep.
Is it fair to say that human beings make mistakes?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you're being unfair with yourself right now? Because of that.
Probably.
Because what you're saying to me right now is that you're afraid to make a mistake, but isn't by making mistakes naturally a human thing?
Yeah.
So here's what I want you to think about.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to be as human as possible in these moments, and I want you to feel okay with that. Okay? Because here is what you should be going headstrong into. You should be approaching this moment and saying, I am so excited to make a mistake right now. I'm so excited for that. Because when we make mistakes, would you say that that's an uncomfortable experience or a comfortable experience?
Uncomfortable.
Absolutely. And the moments, in what I've found in my experience in life, the moments where we are most uncomfortable is the moments where we have the biggest opportunity for growth. That's in everything, not just in Valorant, but also in life. So I'm going to challenge you in these moments to embrace failure. Embrace taking these mistakes and take them as a lesson, right? Because your goal is to move to what rank? You said it before, say it again. What's your goal? Okay. In order for you to get to gold, you're going to have to face this level of uncomfort over and over and over again. You have to make mistakes in order to rank up. It's just that simple, right? Ask any pro player when they first started playing the game, do you think they were as good as they are now as they were then, or did they have to improve?
Have to improve.
100% they did, right? Whether that was a person that came from Counter-Strike or a person that came from Overwatch or whatever, they had to improve. And the way that they improved was they failed over and over and over again. I need you to look at failure as the greatest thing that's ever happened to you. You need to be excited to fail. And you need to strike fear into your enemies when you fail, because they need to know that when you fail, you're going to get better. You're going to be a harder enemy to beat every single time you fail or you lose, right? That's the way you think about this, because anxiety should not play a role in here. Excitement should be playing a role in here, okay? So I want you to walk into these rounds and say, there's 4 people watching me. That's great, because these people are going to be able to see me make a mistake right now. And when I make a mistake, I grow from it. I am a player of progressive and everlasting growth. Okay? I'm not a perfect player, but I can always grow beyond my boundaries. Fair enough?
Okay.
I couldn't predict that. I didn't know an Omen was going to go up there. That's okay. Now I know Omen can teleport up into heaven. When I play against an Omen, I'm alert for that. Right?
Yeah, I figured out that this game too.
There you go. So you learned something, and you learned something through a punishment. This is a positive thing, right? Here's the thing, guys. We fixate too heavily on the win or the loss of the game. What we should be thinking about the lessons that are being taught to us, right? We just learned something about a character that we never expected right in this moment. Now, next time when we approach this moment again, and we have an Omen that we're playing against, we know this is a possibility. We just learn. We just grow as a player. What is the value we get out of a loss? These moments, right? Every single game has some form of value that you can get out of it. It's not wasted time ever. So even if you're losing and it's 13-1 or whatever it is, or it's 12-1, you're in the last game, you could still get value on that round. Don't just throw the game away. That's all wasted time if you just throw it away. Take your time, figure out what the lesson is in those moments, and then review it. There's value in every single game, win or loss. It's your choice to ignore the lesson or to accept the lesson. And if you ignore them, I promise you, you're going to keep dropping down. It's that simple.
Piss off. My ult's ready.
I bet you this Omen's pretty pissed off right now.
For him.
I bet you this Omen's pretty pissed. You might have made Matrix here uninstall the game. There's a very good possibility. Everything that could have gone wrong went wrong for Omen here. Let's watch this again. So you miss and accident the Omen, and you're also moving as you're shooting.
Yeah.
This is a funny game. This is a funny game, chat. We just literally watched the Omen make a really good play by teleporting up and shooting her on the side. Now he gets punished for this. Now, his character is going to be tested here. He can either decide that this is a rageful moment, I can't believe this happened, she was moving and shooting, oh my god, this game sucks. Or he can say, wow, that was an interesting play that she made. I wonder how I could have done that better next time. That is the ultimate question. Which person are you going to be, chat? Which person are you going to be?
Found one.
Do you want to rank up or do you want to stay the same? Because one of the biggest things that will happen is when we blame, we stay the same. That Omen's probably blaming.
Window.
And guess what? He's going to be bronze for the rest of his life because he doesn't make any mistakes. He's a perfect player. He never makes mistakes. Right? BS. Okay, let's talk about this next fight that you take. Let me ask you a question. What is the situation in terms of the numbers? Who's winning this round?
We are?
You're right. It's 4-3. So, you just plop your seekers out, right? You know where people are, all that good stuff. Why are we challenging for a fight here if it's 4v3?
I don't know.
Precisely. I don't know either. We don't need to do that. What we can do differently is call out 4v3, 4v3, no need to peek. And you just play back in garage. Let them come to you. We have 1 minute and 12 seconds left on the clock. Once that time goes away, we win the round. They have to do something to us. Why are we pushing them? Right? Make the game easy. Play the game on easy mode. The Omen just got his revenge. Play on story mode. You got it. That's right. Play on story mode. Why are we playing hard mode right now or hardcore when we can play on story mode? That's what we had. I was supposed to sing you a song in that moment. I wrote the notes down for this. Oh, can I do it over again, chat? Let's do it. Nah, it's a silly moment now. The moment's passed. But I'm gonna. I did. All right. We're gonna try it. I'm so freaking tired though. All right. So, let's start again. Oh, little lift. Ooh. That Omen's mad. That Omen's mad. Okay. Whoa. Why are we ulting her? No. No. Okay, slow down, all right? You have a responsibility to your teammates to use this ult effectively, okay? You already know where the Sage is. You already know where the Reyna is. So the value you're going to get on this ult is very, very minimal. That's the big key, okay? The third person being revealed is not that big of a deal. But you're going to push out here, aren't you? Yeah, you are. No, okay. Why? Why? Why, Kara? Tell me why. Tell me why. Why are we doing this, right?
Found one.
What the hell was this? No.
Okay, so
Why?
that moment actually
Tell me
I wasn't
why
paying attention.
ain't nothing but a heartache. What was you gonna say? What were you gonna say?
text bomb. So that moment wasn't paying attention because my mom decided to let the puppy into my room, and of course, you know, he.
Oh, so
loves
you're gonna
to-
blame the dog? Oh, the dog made you pushed in. Oh.
No, not push in, but when I wasn't paying attention because I didn't see Sage there. Because he loves to, he even took the power in my house because he chewed through one of my cords. So
okay.
the second he's in my room, it's like, fuck.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well,
He's also eating glass, so.
that's not healthy. Keep that away
No.
from. But yeah, it's a 5v3. Why? Why? Don't do that. All right. Let's move on. I think I've already talked about this before with you, but this next round is going to be all about the barrier.
Oh, was that important?
What the dog doing? Eating glass.
Feel something over there. Can't place it.
All right.
Us, but different.
So,
Thank you.
this round we're going to talk about running to the barrier and then buying. Here's the reason why. How much time we got left on the round here? 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, so you're starting the round from here. Big no-no. Big no-no. Because now you're giving free space. So let's say you're going to garage. What if they ran right into garage right now? Just knives out. Just went for it. By the time you got to garage, they're already in your face. They're taking the space for free. For free. Right? So here is the process. We talked about this before in the last stream as well. Instead of buying off the hop, I want you to go to where you're going to play. So let's say C long, for example, or garage. And then go to the barrier that you're going to attack from if you're on attack, or go to the place you want to defend from if you're on defense. And then buy according to the fights you're probably going to take. So let's say you are going to go towards C. This gun is probably counterproductive to the fights that you're probably going to take on this round. You need a Phantom, you need a Vandal, probably, right? Maybe even an Operator, whatever it is, right? You're taking primarily longer range fights. So buy accordingly to the fight percentages, what you're going to be taking in terms of distance. Fair enough?
Enemy spotted A.
We're all look at these. Look at these. Everyone's got red eyes right now. Everyone's got red eyes. They're like, "Ooh, there's frags here. I want to go for the frags. I need my frags." Listen, it's going to be a 3v3 situation, okay? Because Sage has her ult. They could res again. This is scary. This is a scary moment, okay? Everyone's like, "Let's just go for it, guys. It's a 3v2 situation. Let's just play passive and just win the round, right?" All of them are cats. All of them are. I wish I had my cat
enemy remaining.
emote right now. I have it. I just don't have it uploaded yet. Big time meow. Goddess. That's right.
My power does not end. Ask for aid, and you shall receive.
All right. This round here is going to be our last lesson of the day. There's specific positions in this game that you need to understand. Okay. The anchor and the rotator on defense. Okay. On offense, there's also something called the lurker. The anchor and the lurker have specific rules. And the major rule that you have as an anchor is to stay alive and exist as long as possible. That's one of the main things.
Out of my way.
The other rule for the anchor is you're the last one to leave the ship. So if you're running the Titanic, you're the one that goes down with the ship. So your rotation is very controlled, and you can only shift to certain areas based on what's happening. So in this case, we see a bunch of people going towards A. In an ideal world, Jet moves to the left, okay? And then Sage moves to the left, then you move to the left. So you're going to cover Garage, okay? Now, we're not playing in an ideal world, we're playing in Bronze. So I know that things don't go well all the time. But you can say that I'm rotating at the very least. And the way that you should rotate is through mid, like you're doing. But you should be the last one to move. Because if they're going towards C, then we currently have no idea if they could be out there scaling up. So what we need to do is we need to back up here, because there was something that you missed doing before rotating. Do you know what it is? What should you have done before you rotated out?
See if anyone was long.
Yeah. You either peek it with a jump peek, or you send a bird down there, flash it, make sure it's safe. If you hear nobody, then you're safer to now commit over towards an A rotate. Okay? And that was really the major part of that I wanted you to really go over and comb over for yourself, okay? Because you have a responsibility as an anchor to make sure that that site is clear. And with your rotation, if you over-rotate, if you go, say, around CT, then now we're retaking C and there's a post plant. But if you're in the right position there, everyone's shifting the right way, then things are going to be a little bit more smooth. Oh, you're dead. Or not. What was your mindset on this peak? How'd you feel? Panicked.
Yeah.
Why? Why are you panicked? You know you're going to take a fight. You know they're here. Right?
I knew some of them were there. I just didn't expect to see like 3 of them the second I stepped out.
Okay. They have full site control. Okay. The way that you know that the team has full site control is if you've lost 2 of your teammates on the site. Okay. That's the first little protocol for yourself. Now, as you're swinging out, you need to assume that you're probably picking into a lot. I like the play. I really like this play. This is the correct play to be able to make an aggressive play. In fact, you could have probably got both of these guys easily, especially with what Sage is doing right now, right? So this was definitely the play, because you need to do something in order to even up the numbers and make this, give yourself a chance to win this round. So this was right. If you're in a 3v5, who's more likely to win this round?
The one with 5 players?
Correct. So eliminate the pressure off yourself. Relax. Because the expectation is we're probably losing. The only way that we win is you make a play like this and end up scoring a couple of frags. Right? But we should not be telling ourselves that we have to be the person to win this. We should not be telling ourselves that. We lost this round earlier, statistically. So in order for us to get back in, we need to multi-frag. You need to do what you're doing here, okay? Trust your peak. And before you make the peak, I want you to take a deep breath in, breathe out, exhale, and then peak. So you're exhaling while you're peaking. That's going to calm you down a little bit, okay? Focus on nasal breathing if you can. In and out will regulate your heart rate a little bit better, okay?
Spike planted.
Hawk out.
Okay. I think that's a good spot to end off on, okay? I think you got some good things to work on in terms of the anxiety, and honestly, it's hard to deal with this stuff, for sure, because I know, I deal with it too, right? There's going to be some good days and some bad days, but you have control over a lot of elements over it, right? You can choose to let certain things affect you, right? So the big key is find out what your triggers are for why you're feeling the anxiety, and then ask yourself the question, why am I feeling this in this moment? What's causing this problem? Because a lot of the times it's videos that play in our head, right? One of the things that you were worried about is people watching you. Let me ask you a question, okay? Let's see, hit tab here somewhere. Perfect. Let me ask you a question. Shadow over here. Are you ever going to see Shadow again in a game?
Unlikely.
Unlikely. Are you ever going to see Odie Aqua in a game again?
Unlikely.
Are you ever going to see Mohad XT ever again in a game?
I did in the next game, but very unlikely.
You did in the next game? That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's crazy. Very unlikely, right? So
Yeah.
these people, you're going to be with them for the next 20 minutes. Let me ask you a question. In 10 years' time, are everyone going to remember the results you have on this exact game?
Probably not.
Probably not. If everyone going to remember the KDA or the missed clutch opportunities you had in the 10 years' time? Probably not. Probably not. So is it possible that these moments that we're putting a lot of stress and anxiety over, overrated?
What?
Is it possible that the stress and anxiety we're feeling in these moments, is it possible that it's overrated?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't feel like you're convinced. I don't feel like you're convinced here.
I've had a thing about people watching me play since I was a kid with the PlayStation 1.
Okay. What happened?
It's just like, I had this game I was playing, it's like, to my brother, hey, come watch this game, and then I completely failed, even though I,
Failure's a good
done it
thing.
before.
Failure's a good thing.
Before, when I played it alone, it went perfectly fine.
Okay.
And then I was showing it to my brother, and I died like 10 seconds in.
Great. Failure's a good thing. Here's a cool thing, right? So you did it, you showed it to your brother, and then you died, and you provided entertainment value for him, right? It was bang for his buck. That's the way you look at it. It's like, well, that didn't go the way it was supposed to go. That's okay, no problem. We'll try it again, right? Failure, exactly. Failure is learning. Loss is learning. Yeah. Use it as a way to grow and learn. Thank you very much, Nate. Appreciate you. This is a good thing. Failure is a good thing, right? I want you to write this down somewhere and say, when I fail, I will grow. When I fail, I learn. When I fail, it is a great thing altogether. I need you to write that down, right? Do it over and over again. Failure is the greatest teacher. Be okay with failing, okay? And remember, these people that you're playing with, they're not going to remember this. Probably 5 games down the road, they're not going to remember it, right? It's all overrated at the end of the day. So don't put additional pressure on something that doesn't require the pressure and anxiety. Fair enough? Okay. Just look at the situation for what it is. What are your top takeaways from today?
Well, I ordered a new mouse mat.
There you go. You did that in the middle of the session?
Yeah, I have this site I
Damn.
order everything from.
Damn.
I have free shipping because I'm a member.
That's going to be a game changer for you. I think that's great. That's awesome. What else did you learn?
Work on my movement and crosshair placement, and how to use my utility.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, there's definitely some opportunities there for you to grow in that. And if you need specifics, then we can definitely go over it. But death matching and then peaking things with intention will definitely start helping you in that direction. Okay?
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. I had a great time with you today, Kara. I hope you got a lot of value out of that. And I would love to continue working with you in the future and see where your progress takes you. Be patient with yourself. Take your time. How many hours have you played in this game?
I have no idea.
Take a guess.
Well, I started playing December 2021.
2021. Okay, so you've been playing kind of 2 years, but it's been on and off. How much consistently have you been playing?
Mostly started playing like sort of consistently 6-7 months ago, and then more consistently 4 months ago.
Okay.
But
Let's say you're
hours, I have no idea.
Okay,
I
so
can
let's
tell
say
you how much money I've spent on it.
you can tell me that another time. I'm scared to. But anyways, let's say that you've played for 600 hours. Okay. How many of those hours were spent dead and around? Half, probably. Okay. So you've played for 300 hours. It is unfair for you to expect, with 300 hours played, that you are a perfect player. That you are a person that will not make mistakes. I make mistakes, and I've been playing for over 20 years. Okay? I make mistakes. Pros make mistakes all the time. So it is unfair to have an expectation of perfection or a expectation that we're not going to make mistakes in a round. You need to be okay with making those mistakes, right? So 300 hours of you actually playing, and how much of that would have been unrated and how much of that would have been comp? Let's say half. So you've only been playing for 150 hours. That's not enough time. If we're talking about a pro is in the tens of thousands of hours that they've played and experienced things. And that's playtime, not dead time included, right? So you need to be really good in controlling your expectations. And if you do that, I promise you, the anxiety will drop a little bit, right? Be very realistic with yourself, okay? Fair enough?
Yep.
Awesome, Kara. You did a great job today. If you know of anyone else that would benefit from doing this, that would be awesome. You can refer anyone that you know of. Word of mouth is how my business grows, and I would love to continue working with you in the future. Sound good?
Yep.
Awesome. We'll be sending you all the information after the stream. Cool?
Yep.
All right. Thank you very much. Way to go. Alrighty. We have our next one. We have 3 more to go. 3 more to go. We're crushing it today. We're crushing it. Oh. I need to quickly take 2 seconds here, guys. I'm gonna take 2 seconds. I'm just gonna throw a little bit of food in my mouth. Starborn redeeming the pickup line. Okay. I'll be back with that. Let me just throw some food in my mouth real quick, and then I'll be right back. And then we'll do that for you, because I know you're excited about those moments. All right, be right back, guys. Give me 3 minutes. Alrighty, game time. I need a love song in chat. I need a love song in chat. What's gonna be? Let's go with. I got one. What's that one? Oh my love, my darling, my hunger for your touch. What's that song? What's that song? Can't remember. Okay, NJ, don't worry. I'll get you in here in just a few seconds. I gotta do this really quickly. Shit. What's that song called? God. Let me just put in a karaoke little song. All right, I got this one. This will work. This will work. Okay. Oh man. Oh, Kara, thank you so much for the gifted sub. Let me do the push-ups really quick. Then I'll deliver my pickup line. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, Kara. Hopefully that was work. Stitched by Sean Mendes. Okay. Could have done it, but I got this one. Alright. This is gonna be. Alright. Who redeemed again? Who is it? Starborn Queen. Okay. I've got a little bit less of a rated R comment for this one. You're gonna love this one, right? So stare deep into my eyes. You ready for this one? Starborn, I had to complain to Spotify for not making you this week's hottest signal. There you go. All right, let's get NBRTD in here. Where are you? Where are you, NB? Can you send me a message? There you are. Never mind, I got you. All right, we're gonna give you a call right now. Pull you up. Where are your notes? Where are your notes? There you are. There's your notes. Perfect. Okay. NB, are you there? You are.
It's not working.
Oh, can you hear me?
Give me
Hello?
a second. I can't. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, yes, I can.
Not in Discord. Hold on. Let me restart my Discord.
Sounds good. I think I'm already streaming to him at this point. Yeah, we're good. Okay, cool. All right. With W Riz. I love that. You know, I learned that from you guys, eh? I'm like, Riz, what the hell's Riz? I don't know what that is. I learned that from chat, from Twitch chat. I'm like sitting there going like, so this is a funny thing, right? So what happened was someone said, because I started doing these pickup line things, right? And charisma, yes. So basically I was doing these pickup lines and then someone in chat said, oh, he's the Wizard of Oz. Wow, what Riz? Like all this stuff, right? And I'm like, what the fuck is that? So I'm sitting there with my girlfriend. I'm sitting there going like, what do you think they mean by that? And we're sitting there and we're just thinking about it. And like all the math equations are popping up in our head. We're just like, I don't know what it is. And then all of a sudden I went, oh, charisma! And there you go. Figured it out. It's a win. Charisma. Guys, once again, if you're new to the chat, my name is WorthyTV, a professional Valorant coach. Here are my socials listed in the chat. We run 10-mans after every stream. We will be doing that tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, give or take, depending on how long it goes. We're almost there. We only got 3 more to go. Yeah, there we go. Our Discord is a fantastic place for you to learn, grow as a student, as a player. We run these 10-mans with the mindset of having multiple ranks playing against each other. So whether you are bronze, gold, silver, whatever, you can still play against Immortals and Radiants. You're able to access those people. They can play with you, play against you. And for the Immortals and Radiants that want to be able to learn more about team play, it's a really good environment for you to start practicing communication, practicing skills. We like to hop in and coach every once in a while as well. We haven't been doing it much recently because we're all really busy. But we like to be able to give it, as much as we possibly can to the community to be able to learn and grow as players. That's just one of the ways that we do it. So yeah, definitely hop on in. We do free seminars as well if you haven't already joined in on those things. That's also a really good feature for our Discord too. So lots of good stuff. NB, are you good to go? I think he's still muted. Looks like he's still muted. But yeah, lots of really cool stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to listen to you through stream.
Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Okay. Well, okay, so here's what we'll do then. Because there's going to be a big delay. Okay, you can listen to me through stream, and I guess just message me. And when you want to talk or say something, it might be a little bit back, because I can still hear you. Yeah, community time events all the time. Do you have a VC we can hop in? Yeah, absolutely, we can do that. Let's go into a VC. Go into, do I not have you added already to this one? Go into the coaching channel here. Private coaching. Just go into main, NB. Have I not got you in here? Let's see. This is 5.